But Michael, can I ask you a question on regarding your book and regarding the sentiment that you basically said the left and the right are so far apart politically right now. On the left, the AOCs, the socialists, that you know, on the right, you want to call it, so the Marjorie Taylor Greene, but you say America's, you don't even recognize it anymore. My question is, the people though. I don't feel like the people have moved super far left or super far right. I still think the majority of people in America have the same values, want the same things for their family, want to have success, want to have a good life. I don't think the people have moved a certain far left or far right direction. What have you run into as far as just regular people go?
Well, I think we're seeing that right now, exactly what we were saying. You know, unfortunately, it's the progressives that we hear from all the time. But now that the country is going through this economic strain, everybody, I mean, Democrats, Republicans, they're all united in the same needs. Listen, you know, I am a firm believer that, you know, when it comes to voting, people vote first with their pockets.
Right.
They want to make sure they got food on the table, the rent is paid, and they're comfortable that way. That's number one. You know, and secondly, obviously, safety. People want to be safe. And that's shared by all Americans. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. But we only hear from the progressives, and for some reason, maybe because they got the loudest voice, I don't know what it is, but we have a tendency in this country to really play to the minorities. I don't know why it happens. I don't know why we don't just shut them down when they get so extreme, but for some reason we don't. I don't get it.
Well, Pat uses an amazing analogy. You talk about there's certain people you don't want to wake up, right? I mean, would you break that down? You said there's a lot of people just kind of going through the motions, working, hustling, doing their thing. Leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. But at some point, when you start pushing somebody too much, they say, you know what? F this. I'm sick of this.
Exactly.
And a lot of Americans have kind of woken up and said, I can't deal with this crap.
I mean, even think about where you're at, you know, in LA. Rick Caruso, right? Here's a mayor that's kind of like, hey, you know, here's what we're going to be doing. People are kind of listening to this guy. He's messaging saying, we kind of like this guy. Running as a Democrat, but he's got a lot of conservative, you know, fiscal policies. How do you feel about what he's doing right now in LA?
You know, I don't trust any of them. That's my problem. Look, I'll give you another example. The guy in New York, what's his name?
Eric Adams?
Yeah, Eric Adams. Yeah. I said, okay, you know, he seems like, you know, he's a law and order type of guy. He's going to straighten things out.
Former police captain.
Yeah, former police captain. I'm not seeing that. He ran on that platform, and now he's in, and, you know, the guy's more, he wants to dress up fancy and go to all of these, you know, galas that he's going to, but I don't see anything happening in New York. So I reserve decision until I really see what's going on with them. But I don't know, Patrick. I'm just so leery of all of them at this point in time.
You do have to take a risk with somebody, though, right?
Yeah,
Meaning, like, you do have to kind of say, well, you know, like even Kai, can you pull up what Elon Musk said about Caruso, where, you know, he had some nice words to say about Caruso. So Caruso's running for mayor of LA, and, you know, people are making a lot of noise about who he is and what he's doing. Just type, Kai, what are you doing? Just go on Google and type.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kai's back in the building doing what he's usually do.
Yeah, I mean, he's so there you go. That was so easy. So you just did that. So, but there's a lot of guys that are sitting there saying this guy may actually get some of his policies to pass. You know, he may actually get some people that may favor him and say, hey, we do want to get right there where it says that past Friday, Elon Musk endorses Caruso. Can you see that right there?
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yeah.
Can you click on that guy? There you go. Okay, so if we go up and see what he says, there's a tweet right there. Make that a little bit bigger. Los Angeles is fortunate to have someone like Rick Caruso running for mayor. He's awesome.
He says Elon Musk. Wow. Kai, can you go back to the beginning, the initial article with the headline?
Yeah, let's see.
If you could. Scroll up, yeah. Ex-Republican backed out Elon. So is this what it takes to win in a place like LA? You're a former Republican who has to now transition to a Democrat and actually maybe, you know, policy-wise you're more of a Republican, but personality-wise you got to pretend you're a Democrat. That's how you kind of got to win in LA or in California?
I mean, it's so tough to win as a Republican.
Right.
I don't care. You know, you could be a Republican with Democrat values and still call yourself a Republican, and it would be tough. So maybe he's got the right formula. I don't know. But, I mean, I like him so far, but, you know, listen, a great sign for me in California was the fact that they threw the Attorney General out of San Francisco. Threw him out. You know, in the recall. And hopefully the next one will be, what's his name, from L.A., because he's another
Garcetti?
Oh no, not the Garcetti.
Oh, that's the mayor.
Attorney
Yeah, what's
General.
his name?
Yeah.
Attorney General. What's his name? Forget his name.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.